evening, everybody, and welcome to Cheer Chatter Podcast. I am your girl Q.
I'm Kay.
Isha.
Shira.
And good evening, everybody. I know y'all missed us. Y'all missed us a good little minute, and it's okay because we are back and we are here. Like we do every show, we're gonna do our little catch up. How was everybody last 2 weeks?
Busy.
Sick.
New beginnings. I got a new job and I start next week. Yay.
Congratulations, Isha. Congratulations.
Then I hung out with my son a little bit. Yeah.
What is that noise?
Me.
Oh.
Sorry.
You sound like
Typing.
you're beating up somebody.
Sorry, y'all. Anywho, we've been busy. We've been traveling. We've been living life. We've been parenting, amongst other things.
Yeah. So I think the last time we all were on air, we went live on the episode. We were just coming back from state. We did our recaps of the state competition for 1A and 2A. I was in New Orleans for work. I got a chance to pop up on my baby at LSU, so I was able to pull up on her before I left Louisiana. So that was a lot. And then I got sick. I contracted the flu and RSV. And if you all don't know what that is, they said it's like COVID amplified. That's how they describe it. I couldn't breathe, cold sweats, 103.4 temperature. And it turned into a sinus infection. So I went from the flu I went through RSV to the flu, then a sinus infection. And I even sometimes right now I even still sound like congested or whatever. It is I thought the good Lord was taking me out. So
well, I'm glad you're amongst the living.
Amen on that, sister. All right. So I had to take a sit down, and while my cheer sisters enjoyed the ACC, I had to stay home because I was contagious and I had to quarantine and stay away from human beings. So I didn't get a chance to enjoy the ACC. And Sade's bullying me right now.
An experience you definitely should not have missed.
I didn't want to give people the cooties, so I had to. But I like Kay said, I had been traveling. I had been on the road, so I needed to sit down because I had just got back from Dallas. Then we had to be there for our cheer coaches homegoing celebration. Then we took a 1-day little trip to go up there to support our high school and catch some of the schools that we were able to catch. Then came home, and then the same day we got home from Lakeland, that Sunday I had to go fly out to New Orleans for work. And then Thursday, when I came back from New Orleans, the plan was for me to go to Orlando for the ACC, but God had the plan. So I'm excited to hear, because I didn't get the full depth. So what I'm going to hear today is going to be my first time account of hearing their ACC experience. So, I mean, of course, they share like little things, but the in-depth conversation that I have been looking forward to hearing, I cannot wait to hear. So we're going to close out state first. our thoughts on just the state experience. Because we got a lot of inboxes.
Boy, did we ever.
We got a lot of inboxes, and definitely something that we need to talk about. Because it's Black History Month.
It is.
And even with it being Black History Month, sometimes we feel like there's still not enough representation of us in the cheer world, especially when it comes to the judges and judging. Things are definitely being seen from different lenses, and it bothers some people that we don't see enough of us there, and on top of that, we kind of get judged from a different lens.
True.
And truth of the matter is, some people view cheerleading as something that Black girls should not be doing. That's the truth of the matter. So let's get into the conversation, ladies. What were your thoughts about state in judging?
I think it was okay. So I will say this: I learned a lot from Miss Singletary's funeral. I will say that. I did not know she was a founding
board member
to get competitive cheer underway. So that was definitely a blessing to find out, because she was one of those advocates that fought so hard for it. Being that from being somebody that was approached to just coach cheerleading and never had coached or cheered a day in her life, and to take that and turn it into something beautiful that to what we have today is amazing to see. I would love to see more representation of us amongst the board, the judging, and things of that nature. But my question, I think sometimes I wonder if we're judged a little bit harder to get in those seats, or have to produce much more to be in those seats. Because from my understanding, she was probably one of the few, if not the only.
And I think Miramar's Coach T was also on the board at one point.
Right.
I don't know if they served together or they served concurrently. I don't know how that went. But I do know she, at one point, she was on the board for the state as well.
So that makes me wonder what takes us out of that element to want to be amongst that representation. Just a thought. But that's my take. So anybody else?
For me, and I've said this before, and it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion. However, it has different layers and different dynamics. It's Black History Month, so I'm gonna dig a little deeper. We like to boycott a lot. We like to talk about the things that are held against us, and our mistreatment and our misjudgment, but we don't go over and beyond to make sure we have our T's crossed and our I's dotted. And we like to raise the question when we have not done that. I just feel like it has to be strategy and well thought out plans when we start to pushing back on those things, and it can't be done with just simple emotion. And I know that we get heavily involved in our emotion, but like you were saying, Kay, that we do get judged harder and tougher. But because of that, we can't give no excuse. We can't give no reason for anything. And then when we don't give the reason, that's when we attack the view of, hey, we don't have enough representation. Hey, we feel like this has happened. We can't leave an excuse to be said about why we feel the way that we feel. Because I wholeheartedly agree that we are judged in a light that is unfair. However, I don't think this is the season to really go deep into that discussion from a state standpoint. Now, me and Shira talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these teams that didn't score well at regionals, didn't score well at state, scored well at nationals. And supposedly these are the same judges. So is it because of the judging, or is it because the lack thereof a rubric?
Now, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Because we've definitely said before that state needs to have a rubric. Because we've noticed that it's a sketchy situation sometimes when it comes to judging. Because
now, is there a rubric on the national level? There is a rubric, right? Okay,
there is.
So that means
if you have a rubric, just like, so if anybody doesn't understand what we mean by rubric in the cheer world, think of it as an essay. We all have written essays for the state of Florida, whether you did the Florida Rights or it was within the FSA or FCAT, whatever you took, you had to do writing to graduate out of the state of Florida. Or any state.
With the HSCT, baby. HSCT people, the late 90s, the 1900s.
But even if you weren't in the state of Florida, when you write, there is a rubric. Okay, you get this score if you have these details. You get that score if you have these things. And it's laid out very detailed. Then you can take that rubric and compare it to the routines and say, well, all right, it says I will get a 7 in this. If I have these things and I have all of these things and they did this, now I have a fight. Now I have a real fight. So now what I think the push should be is not to make it race-based, but make it, we don't have enough to make our scores legit. We need a rubric. And then the rubric, now we could take it a step further. So I think we gotta strategize how we move. And the thing that Florida lacks, that I think we're the only state that lacks, that is a rubric.
But I will say, you and Shira made up a very valid point when we were out of town in Orlando, when we were talking about elevation. And so when we say that we're judged a lot harder, yes, we are, because they watch everything in which we do. And so over the years, you look at the progression of a team and the things that they've done differently over the years. And that's something that a lot of those judges pay attention to. So like if you've been a team that's been on the radar for a very long time,
the expectations are going to be higher.
Exactly. And that's exactly the point in which they were making. And I myself had to take a step back and really think about it. Have some of the teams that were judged differently really elevated or really changed over the years, or have they stayed stagnant with the status quo? And that's something to think about too, because I look at some of the teams and I look at their elevation and the things that they've changed, and some teams have went from just being clean and simple to now they're trying a little bit of difficulty. They're adding a little bit more into it. Or are you still doing the same things that you've done over the years that they've already seen and they haven't seen you elevate as a team in general? That's something to consider as well. Because
It's
when
one of those, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And that
you
don't work in the chill world.
And
work,
we've talked about upping the ante when it comes from going into regionals and then going into state. We talked about that maybe they need to increase the minimum score to make it to state, to make it more competitive, because we all four of us, and even us talking to people on the outside, this was probably one of the most competitive states that we've all witnessed in terms of every category. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of oh, okay, so this is what we're doing. Into like
Mhm.
in which I was very happy to see, even though some of our teams that we were looking forward to seeing that state did make a state. Um, uh, we were I guess, like I would say, all of us was on the same page when it came to the stricterness when it came to the scoring.
Mhm.
Now we do believe that, well, I'm not saying we, what I was thinking more so of course, that the lens that some of those black teams were being looked at were a lot different from some of the other teams, because when it came to skill, when it came to technique, those black teams were a little bit more advanced than some of the teams that was playing it safe and that been playing it safe. And they end up scoring higher. And so, of course, that comes to the question is, going into the next season, are you preparing to play it safe and just keep it because you want to? You know what I'm saying?
But
Is
in my
this the wave
You're
of
gonna run into the thing.
jumping?
You're gonna run into the thing that Kay was just talking about, that we talked about when we were in Orlando. We keep seeing the same thing from you when you're gonna up your ante.
right.
And you're gonna fall into that category of, well, dang, why I'm scoring so low. Last year I scored this off of this
Mm-hmm.
thing. We looking to see more.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of teams that we talk about every season. They do what? Play
the
it
same
safe.
thing.
They're still scoring high.
Well, okay, so
A
But
lot of those teams are advancing though.
they are as
They
they
far
are
are.
advancing.
they
They're
are.
playing it safe, but they're advancing.
So
And
Yeah.
they're
it's an
in
obvious
the
advancement.
it's more so in the stunting category in which we
Mhm.
see their advancement, because there's not
Mm-hmm.
a simple stunts anymore. But to be honest, my question is, when do we come out of the element of doing the same stunting or routine technique to give them something different? Because if my routine is literally looking like how it looked the year before, what am I giving them that is going to catch their eye if this is something that I'm accustomed to looking at for the past few years?
Mm-hmm.
But that also goes into not even looking on it from a coach's lens, I mean a judge's lens, but looking at it as a coach's lens. If my team is doing the same thing every year, when am I going to elevate my team?
Yeah.
When am I going to push my team to the next level?
Yeah.
Why am I stuck in this with my team and I don't have the same 25 girls every year. I
I
have a different team, and so quite a bit of them are carrying over to the next year. Why are my stunts, because that's mainly what we're talking about, why are my stunts not advancing?
Mm.
And before I forget, I don't know if she's still on here because I was supposed to say it as soon as we got on. Happy birthday, London!
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday,
London.
London.
But I'm that's where my mindset was going, where Ish was going, because it kind of was where Shy was going with her team, with kind of meeting them where they are to a certain extent, but at the same time pushing the envelope just a little bit more. Like, I get it, we want to hit, we want to be clean, but if we're doing that and there's no difficulty anymore, or we're not stepping outside of the box, then what is the point?
Yeah.
Agree.
So
I
I
agree.
think it's more so of everybody is focusing on the execution if it makes sense, because execution is more than the difficulty.
Correct.
So if execution is 10 points and the difficulty is 5 points, at the end of the day, I'm going to always shoot for the execution before I shoot for the difficulty. And that's where it's going to keep me in that same element, because why am I elevating to be more difficult, knowing that if we're not executing the difficulty, then I might as well worry about the execution, because if I can execute a skill properly, I will get scored higher there than with the difficulty. And I think that's what make a lot of teams choose the route of not really attempting more difficult skills, because of I'm worried more so about the execution.
And the difficulty is the wow factor. It's the wow factor. That's it.
But you have to
change the score sheet.
Yes.
Because if I'm only worried about execution and I'm playing it safe and I'm getting 10 on execution, but maybe a 3 in difficulty, I don't really care. So do we change the score sheet where difficulty and execution meet?
Wasn't there a point where difficulty weighed more than execution itself? Wasn't there a point in time where that was reversed?
The points weren't different. However, the judges were valuing it a lot higher.
So, what Isha is saying is that although execution was always 5 points, it would play into the not execution. The difficulty was always 5 points. They will play it in like in another category. So if that particular category you didn't do well on, but because the difficulty was that astounding, they gave you points in the other categories to kind of make up for it. Because again, you only get 5.
So then at this point, it's kind of like it's an oxymoron at this point, to be completely honest.
I think they need to
look at it that way.
Because it's want me to elevate my team and do a little bit more. You can't expect for me to want to do more if you're making the part of it that makes me want to do more way less than what
exactly.
But here's the catch-22, because I'm not elevating for years to come. You're gonna knock me for it anyway.
Correct.
The simple solution is a rubric.
Yeah, definitely.
That is the simple solution.
Yeah,
to everything. That rubric will take away a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
That rubric will help a lot of coaches, a lot of the new coaches that come in that have no idea what to do. The rubric will help them with that.
So I have a
we
question.
want a rubric. We want a rubric.
Play devil's advocate for a little bit. Do you think that they will not create a rubric because it will box them in on how they're judging?
But that's exactly what's needed.
Well, the thing is part of being a judge, you have to be pretty much ethically, judging based off of what you see, not how you feel.
But
right. And a routine can make me feel good. It can make me feel amazing.
It can, but
was
your feeling doesn't matter.
But was
your
it good?
Feeling doesn't. It's not facts.
Right.
It's not facts.
Did the people do the stunt? Did the people check all the boxes on here?
That's it.
Absolutely make me feel good, but my feelings should not be subject to my scoring
at all.
That's the criteria to be a judge. You have to ethically make a decision based off of what is being presented in front of you. And if that routine does not check all the boxes, they don't get the freaking points. I don't care how connected you are, how that's just just how it's supposed to be.
But from our years of experience when it comes to C and cheer, we all know that has been subjective, and literally speaking, it has not changed. So that's why I asked the question: do you think they haven't come up with a rubric because that will box them in and they will have to judge the way they're supposed to judge? I think they're running away from it.
I think that's an excuse. I think that's an excuse. It's an honest excuse.
No, I can't do two things at once. What you say?
It's an honest excuse. That's an honest excuse.
What is the excuse? That's what I didn't hear.
Them not giving a rubric them
Yeah.
not giving a rubric. That's an excuse. That basically is allowing
I'll
them.
add the comments, Isha, so you don't have to try to do two things at one time.
That is basically allowing them to basically
get away with how they've been judging.
exactly put a team in front that they like, or how like, but it makes no sense, because if I have a team that's doing absolutely the same exact skills, right?
Right.
Both of them execute, right?
Mhm.
But then I'm not even gonna say both of them execute. One execute, one doesn't really execute. But the one that doesn't really execute scores higher than the one that executes. That makes no sense to me.
But that's what we've been seeing sometimes.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's an excuse for them not to come up with a rubric, because you're not making any sense. If
But
we're doing the same exact skills and I'm executing and you're not really executing, but then you're going to score the one that didn't really execute fully higher than you scored me, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
That's the point that I was trying to make. A rubric hasn't been created because that boxes me to follow guidelines that I don't
But
feel
here's
like
the thing, you ain't even got to create a rubric. You could copy and paste somebody else's.
Exactly.
It's so many rubrics out there. You could copy and paste. Matter of fact, put in Chat GPT a cheer rubric based on these qualifications.
Thank you.
These scores. But to go back to what our girl, I think this our girl Lonnie. I think she done changed it. Go back to what she was saying, and I'm probably the worst person to answer this because I am highly into other sports outside of cheer, and I'm very competitive. And my answer to the skill level is absolutely not. You got game day, you got traditional cheer. Doing skill level is going to make the competition even longer. And I don't want to say it like this because I'm not trying to be rude about it, but it's either you can do it or you can't. Like if we start tailoring down and catering to those who are not there yet, then we're going to water down the sport even more. It's already kind of there. We water down the sport even more. You keep elevating. You go game day until you up your skills. And maybe the first couple of years you don't make it to state. Maybe in the next few years you don't make it to finals. But you keep improving yourself and your team where that is your goal. So maybe I answer the question the way that you wanted me to, but
or allow teams to compete in multiple divisions.
Hey.
If you have a team
allowing
that
them to compete in multiple divisions does not make them on that skill level.
no, but you may have a team, and we witnessed it. Western's team had a amazing game day and a traditional routine.
Yeah.
And what other team we had said that their game day was way better than the actual traditional routine? And that's it. They can compete in 2 max. And if they do have a team that want to compete in game day and they have traditional or whatever other category, make it allowable. Now, but then again, would that make it a varsity sport though?
Probably not.
And you can possibly cut down on no. What I was scratch that is on no other sport got JV going to state. No, scratch it.
No, I don't think no JV.
No,
team.
I was getting ready to say something. I had to scratch what I was about to say.
He had to think about it.
Yeah,
regroup.
And to the comment, no, we're not talking about any particular teams today. We're just having general conversation about the scoring and the judging for from this year. And we get ready to wrap that up in a few minutes.
Yeah, because we gonna shift to
because it's some things that when we received, of course, from the lens that we saw the routine was not what the judges wrote on them score sheets
at all in the period.
So, and of course, we ain't gonna put all that out there, but there were some score sheets that had some inaccurate information
and some interesting notes.
Very interesting notes, but a lot of inaccurate. Like, You
But
saying
that
that stunt
that too.
failed, and you gave them deducted points for a stunt falling stunts, and you look at the video, not one stunt failed.
Some teams didn't
That
have deducted points at all.
yeah, that had a whole bunch of bobbles and falls. Like
Absolutely.
that's another conversation for another day.
Absolutely.
But definitely I will do my takeaway with state is I was happy to see that they shortened the number of teams in certain categories.
I'm sorry. Lottie said, or hey, she couldn't read the notes because they write like doctors.
I saw that
Oh,
comment.
this is something that FHSAA might need to look into, and it's probably starting a little early into what we're going to talk about in the future. But do notes on the computer. Do your judging on the computer instead of writing. Most people can type without looking. The average person can't write without looking. So
And they have a few minutes after the routine is over with to put their notes down. Now, if they're using no. What I'm saying is, or you have a scratch sheet and you're able to have someone sit next to you who is a typer, who's a transcriber, as you're telling them they're transcribing what it is that you're saying, or have it where you can actually speak into, you know what I'm saying? There are other options versus you writing in.
But they all at ACC they all had MacBooks.
Yeah.
So able to speak, or they jotted down on their notebooks what they wanted to say and then went back and typed. And then once you submit, that's a submission. You can't go back.
Yeah.
So
and then
we live in a great state of Florida.
X and stuff for where the stuff fell and all of that is right there on the screen. All they got to do is click.
We live in a great state of Florida where they still can't pay their coaches a livable salary. You really think they're getting people some tablets and like iPads and MacBooks?
All of them had tablets. All of them had iPads, literally.
Listen, you just borrow something from the school real quick for that weekend and return them on Monday.
They all use their personal laptops, literally. As much.
That's another conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the ACC. So just to let you all know, I would say we. I'm gonna say we collectively did not watch the UCA high school competitive cheerleading high school championship. We did not. We were invited guests to the American Cheerleading Championship through Infinity in Orlando, which is pretty much the same weekend as the UCA Nationals. So we did not watch any of the teams. Now, I watched some of the teams in between me, gasping for air and stuff. I was able to watch some teams on at the UCA Nationals because the ACC wasn't streaming. And that was my way of feeling like I was doing something with cheerleading for that particular weekend. Do not ask me about any teams that happened between certain hours because I did not watch because I was probably asleep or praying to good Lord that he does not take me out of here. So, but I was able to catch Western. Clock that.
How did they do?
Western was amazing.
Wow.
They were amazing. Oh, and before we shout out to Hudson, baby. They helped put us on the map.
I love it.
Speaking of Hudson, so okay. I gotta have a fangirl moment.
Had a major fangirl.
So I spotted Kentucky. Yes, the University of Kentucky coach and a couple of their cheerleaders while we were at Universal.
Wait, hold up. Did you spot them?
Yes.
No, I spotted them.
I spotted them as well.
We spotted them together.
We can say we, but I saw them people. And one of them boys cheered for Hudson.
Yes.
And we told him, we was like, oh, the voiceover they just did for all the baskets. And he was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's us. That's us. And he was like, oh, okay.
I can't remember
They all
everybody's name. I just remember
They all
Elijah's
follow
name.
They all
I think I
follow
just
us.
remember Elijah's name. That's the only person name I remember, Elijah. I can't
So
remember the other ones.
Shout out to University of Kentucky.
Yes, we took pictures with
Y'all
them.
can't tell me nothing after that.
Listen,
I
and their coach,
the boys.
their coach blended in right along with them that we thought she was a cheerleader.
The goats.
Yes,
Listen,
They
they
are
listen.
the look.
Listen,
Whenever
the-
you think about
The
cheer.
little one, I asked her, I said, look, I know they throw you up and down across the world and everything else. I know they have fun with you because you so little. And she was like, yeah, they pretty much do. Because she just looked like she could be tossed every which way known to mankind. Because, baby, she was little and compact. But
Yeah,
somebody said Eva the flag girl. Was it her name, Eva?
no.
What was her
It started with the R. Ryan. I think it's Ryan. If I'm not mistaken, I think her
You
name
did say her name was
I think it's Ryan. It's right. It starts with it's an R. I think it's Ryan because it was Elijah. Oh my God. Don't worry about it. I got a picture of them and I'm gonna tag their team and I'm gonna ask for names all over again. Can you identify these people for me? Because I forgot their names. I did.
they gave us a picture.
him. But I got my
But,
picture with the boys. That's all.
That's all. Right.
So, but I did get a chance to see Western. I saw Seminole Ridge. I saw Hudson. I saw Bartow.
Did they look?
Huh?
Did they look better at you? I'm asking.
I mean, it
I
was
think this was a down year for them.
It got something.
yeah, it wasn't giving Bartow. They did well, but it just wasn't giving the Bartow that we were seeing. So yeah, I remember in one of the comments from the past episode, someone said that they have a new coach. So they're under new leadership. So maybe that's that turnaround year or whatever. I don't know. But of course, I could not stop talking about Western. I couldn't. I was like, when I say just they just did something for me. They did something for me. And of course, I saw Dillard. Definitely saw Dillard. I saw Dillard in the semifinals where they rocked it and couldn't that finals. And I think I think I took all my energy yelling at the iPad. With the because I got mad. I got mad. But that division, the 7 teams that made it to finals, that was a tough division.
I'm sure.
Tough. Shout out to Dillard. They got 6th place in the nation. That was a tough division. That was a very tough division. And I definitely was able to see I did see Leigh Brantley in that division, and I saw Olympic Heights. They were good. The team that won, that wasn't gonna be that team. But it was like I say, I was able to catch some of our, Florida teams and everything. So that was what I was able to do to make myself feel like I was a part of cheer that weekend. But I'm gonna let y'all go off and shout out to Infinity. What happened?
Nothing. I'm just laughing at you, Tamara. I'm gonna let y'all go off.
Yes. So I'm gonna let y'all go off. But shout out to Infinity. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to Steve.
Steve,
Steve,
the announcer who announces everywhere.
Yes.
He that's his job. He just announces. He
did an amazing job announcing, and baby made you feel it when the team was about to hit the mat. But that music selection for each of them teams, baby, you can tell they was in the lab because baby,
yeah.
Shout out to the DJ
because
the DJ. Now some people music was messed up, but it was not the DJ fault.
It wasn't the DJ fault.
He had a sign
Maybe
up
he
that
was
said,
playing their theme music. Then he was getting their regular stuff together. DJ was on point.
he had a sign. I don't know if y'all saw it, but he had a sign next to him that said, "Look here, put your phone on do not disturb. Can't let nobody call you. Down." He had rules, and
Yeah.
paper set and ready to go.
He said, "Baby,
Some people want
I
to
am.
see phone calls.
I'm paid to be. I'm paid to be the DJ.
Oh.
Whatever happens outside of that ain't my problem or my fault. I would not be responsible for."
If you checking all these boxes, you on your own.
So, ladies, let's talk about the ACC experience.
First of all,
Come on.
Let's get into the gift.
Oh, mine's way over there.
Wait, did I get me one?
Yes,
in
you
my
have
car.
a cheer toe.
It's in my car.
Yes, you have a
Which
cheer
I
toe.
Gift.
Bad.
We got a
Yes.
cheer toe, but look at the other side. We got a little leather.
Yeah, it's an official tag.
It's in when we
You can't
walked
really
up,
see it because it's black on black. It says Infinity Athletic Location ATL year 2003.
Yes.
Oh,
So that was one of the gifts. And
So-
then we was official. Hold on, because bam. Huh.
Yeah.
they gave us a bag.
Hey.
And they gave us a bag.
Hey. We was official.
Do I have one, y'all? Did y'all get me
Yes,
one?
you have all the
Yes,
things.
you have all of that.
It's all in my car.
Yes.
This week. But I will say this: when we first walked up,
It's the way that we were greeted. Like
when we first walked up,
literally.
it was like we felt star-studded because the young lady that when we said we're Cheer Chatter podcast, she just lit up. Her face was everything.
it
And
was,
said
"Oh,
she
I
was
love you
waiting on
guys."
us. It was waiting on us.
It was like she was. Listen, she made us feel so welcome, and then the other two young ladies made us feel so amazing. I felt like a bona fide celebrity. Literally,
It felt really good.
It felt really
To
good.
not only have the experience, but the people who were there, a part of the company, love on us. Like,
Yes.
okay, you're not just here to work. We love y'all. Like, welcome. We
Yes.
miss y'all. Come on, family. That's what
Yes.
it felt like.
that's not it. We have a bag for you. We have a badge for you. And we was like, oh, okay, well, go ahead and get. And we have 5-day park passes for you. And we was like, what? Come on.
So, note to self: we need to get there 2-3 days in advance.
That's exactly
So
why I
next
said
year
that
we're gonna
earlier.
On like Thursday
Yes.
morning,
We need to enjoy the whole 5
Monday.
days.
Thursday morning to Monday. That's our travel time.
Listen, we literally got to tour every inch of the building, the venue, everything. Like nothing was off limit to us. We even got to sit, like say for instance, at one point it got so packed inside of the gym, inside of the arena, we got to sit with the judges, literally behind the judges.
And watch.
Literally behind the judges.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it felt.
Yeah.
We literally sat behind them.
And the judges loved us. They
They talked with us. They did videos with us. Like literally.
And all of the content is coming soon. But
Yes.
baby, I had to figure out how to not do it from my phone because my phone got scratches. I needed a bigger screen. It's happening this week because
We gotta figure out for this upcoming season, how do we make it so that not only is we're there in the arena, but how do we have like a specific spot where teams can come and we interview them, we talk to them? Because of course, yeah, while we were inside of the stands, we engaged with a lot of people. Our following jumped tremendously.
Absolutely.
The parents, when I say
my
they
God,
loved
the
us,
parents
they
were
loved us. Like
amazing.
they wanted to hear what we had to say about their team, and it was just like
What was that? Southside.
Southside.
Well, Southside's parents. So they opened up to us. First of all, shout out to Southside.
Shout out to them, amazing team.
The parents were expressing to us that they had a coach change, so they weren't they weren't like doubting the coach, but because there's a new coach, they just wanted to see if everything was still good. And you know, they were talking to us, and at first they didn't even know that we were a podcast. I was just making comments, and one of the ladies was like, "You should have a podcast," and I'm like, "Girl, we do." I'm like, "Yeah, we do a podcast," and we, you know, gave them the whole rundown of what we do and everything. And after that, they were just running questions by us, and it was like, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for sharing. Listen,
the dads were amazing.
Southside is our new besties.
Yes, Southside is our new besties. We love them. We do.
The dads
we really do.
Different. Definitely hit different.
Listen,
a whole nother tangent than what we've seen down here before. Because baby, they came dressed up and ready.
Yeah,
even their paraphernalia was like on another level.
Yeah,
it had sharks all over his shirt.
Dad had sharks everywhere, baby.
Listen, what about the dad from the Dolphins?
Yeah.
What it was?
The way he had his face all made up, baby. Listen,
he was going to a Miami Dolphins football game.
Yeah,
he was a different.
If y'all see my one bow, two bow, red bow, blue bow video, he's definitely in that video, and I put him on our story, and he's gonna pop up again. I definitely love Dad. Like you say, we had Dad with the sharks all over his shirt. We was like, okay, so do you have a shirt for tomorrow? He was like, no, they told us to wear all white, and I was like, well, you got to get you a white shirt.
He probably didn't have one, so he couldn't find.
Yeah, it was.
And the crazy part about it, we sitting there recording, and the dad was like their team had performed. They were leaving. They were gonna go get food and enjoy the park a little bit before it was time for award ceremony. When he literally was walking off, he said, "Hey, do y'all need anything while we're gone? Like, do y'all want me to bring you guys something?" And literally brought us back snacks, water, like literally, like the environment was so amazing, like. It was different, like completely different. Nobody was stuck up. Even though, like, okay, it was a point where I'm sitting above directly in the middle, and then there was like a team getting ready to come. So I'm like, because some like, are you getting ready to record? She was like, yeah, but I'm gonna stand up. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, because I'm recording as well. So she was like, but everybody in our little area is gonna basically stand up. You had like different people within their crowd saying, "Oh, I'll switch spots with you, and I'll stand up, and so you can get a clear view." It was just like nobody had like a bad attitude. Like the energy, the love, everything was so warm. Like from everything.
You expect a cheerleader to be?
Yes,
that's what the environment was like.
Yes.
Was
absolutely.
So warm and bubbly.
Yes,
we were able, like Steve was all over the place, so we didn't get to talk to him as much this time as we did at the qualifier. However, we was able to watch a team from backstage.
Yep,
that was a beautiful view. I don't
know if
you've ever experienced that. I don't see why you would, but like to be able to peek at them from in between a curtain. That was nice. Their medallions that every girl got or every athlete got, amazing. Something that they had that I think every competition should have. When you walk off the mat, you have an area where you have a big TV, about a 55-inch TV, where you can watch your routine.
You rewatch your routine.
Yep. Your routine, and you watch it, your mistakes, your progression. It was beautiful because the team.
I wonder if they record it and then send it to the coaches as well.
They do.
It recorded, and he plays it back for them to watch, and so they got to see their mistakes. They got to see where they perfected. They got to critique their routines for themselves. They got to view themselves completing the routine, and it was amazing because the looks on their faces was amazing to see, because they're like, okay, this is where we went wrong. This is what we need to do for the next time going around. We did this well, we did that well, and it gave the girls the bird's eye view of themselves, and that was amazing to see.
Without trying to watch it on the phone, you got it live and in color. We were able to go to warm-ups.
Yep.
Like,
I
In
have
the
to.
warm-ups, we met a mascot.
I was just about to say,
Joey.
I have to give
Joey
it
the Bulldog.
Bulldogs mascot.
Shaquesta. When
Amazing.
I tell you to act, the video does it no justice.
She
When
was
I
amazing.
tell you the
so this is what
personality,
ended up happening. So we were talking to Joey. We not gonna reveal who Joey is because Joey is
Yes.
also a mascot of a professional
yes,
baseball team.
yes.
The person behind Joey. So we're not gonna reveal who Joey is.
We're not gonna reveal who Joey is.
We were talking to Joey because Joey was warming up, and then after Joey came off, we were talking to Joey, and Joey's like actually talking. So it was like, we want to do an interview as the mascot. When I say when their head went on and that whole personality flipped,
Yes.
say it was a light switch. We went to all warm and bubbly and oh yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, very professional to a whole clown in a suit.
Yeah.
It was a switch.
Straight
It was
inner.
amazing. And I did the interview, but I was so wild, like, wait a minute. Wasn't what I was expecting. And at that moment, we didn't know that the person behind Joey was also the person behind a professional team mascot. Until maybe like, was it
The next day,
Mhm.
the next day, sitting in the
But it
stands
all
talking to the
made
parents.
sense. It all made sense.
Absolutely.
Joey has a twin on the team.
Joey has a twin
Right.
on the team. Yep.
Really?
That's
yes.
what we were saying when you said
Yes.
we look for
That's
twins and
right.
siblings. I said we ran into one unexpectedly because
Yes.
we were sibling on the day before, and her mom was like, "She has a sibling." We was like, "And it's a twin," and we was like, "Wait, what? So we got a twofer?"
So we
Yeah.
looked at her. We was like, "Why didn't you tell us?" She was like,
So to be clear, we had a scavenger hunt.
"Yes,
We created a scavenger hunt, and it was things on the scavenger hunt that we wanted to capture that weekend. So I don't know if anyone saw it in the stories, but it was posted in the stories. And then if you were able to, help us, find the items on the scavenger hunt. The one of them was find a twin and sibling group, and cheer mom, cheer dad, cheer aunt, cheer grandma. Those kind of little things that you would normally see on a national cheer competition weekend.
Amazing.
It was fun
amazing."
kind of things too.
It
And
was.
like, as soon as we walked in the park on the first day, we was like, "Ooh, a team!" And they by the globe. Let's take the picture. And then when I told them I was doing bowls, and it was like, "I got bowls. Here, you go my bowls."
Shout out to Mako's cheerleading team. They pinned us, Shaquesta. We got pinned. Mine's way over there on my thing. We got
I got
pinned.
my pen. They ended up pinning me, and I didn't even know it.
Yes, we got pinned.
We need to look into some pins so that we can pin teams when we
We
go
We
to
talked
parties.
about that too. We talked about that. Yes, we talked about that.
I love it.
So
I found
next season we will be pinning. Watch out for the pins.
Yes.
I loved it. Definitely.
And when we were talking to the girls from
Mako's.
that's their mascot, but their school is North Mercer.
Is that Mercer? I don't think so. Hold on. Let me go.
It's
I
North
got the.
something.
Hold on. I can pull it up for you right now.
I know
tell
it's
you.
NMHS, and they blue and gold. I mean blue
Yeah.
and orange.
Yeah.
But when we were standing
No,
there,
it wasn't Mercer. It wasn't Mercer. It was something.
it's
else.
North something. It's North something with an M.
Mhm.
But when we were literally standing there talking to them, somebody came up and pinned two of them.
Yep. Somebody picked them from the back. Yep.
Somebody
I
got
love
me.
it.
I didn't see it till I took it off.
Oh, you
I
did
love
get pinned.
Get pinned. When I came home from Sunday night, I literally took my hoodie off and my pen fell on the ground. Never even knew I got pinned. It was
Yeah.
my hoodie.
I love it. That'll
Yeah.
be something. And then next year we can have them too. If you get a cheer chatter pin, just pull up and we pinning people. Post us and tag if you got a cheer chatter pin. And
You know what?
we do a different color each day.
You know what else was amazing? The entire arena, the
Was
girls cheered. I don't care what state
Every-
and city you from, who you with. They literally cheered for every single team in the arena. Every last one. Like you didn't have a specific 5-7 teams that is well rounded with each other, and then we just cheer for those specific teams. No, everybody cheered for everybody.
They said
Everybody.
there and everything.
And then, like, what was also so awesome is because, in the state of Kentucky, cheerleading is like really extremely huge in the state of Kentucky. When I tell you they hold their babies to a higher expectation than the same expectation the big girls have, the babies have. And you can tell it because the babies literally are doing the same thing as the big girls. And when I tell you they're clean, they're sharp, their voices are well projected. It doesn't sound like singing. It's just like, it's different.
The babies was popping.
When that baby told me I can't hear you, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
They were popping those signs.
They were popping the signs and everything.
I think she should start at like 7 or 8.
Listen, y'all know I don't like the babies either, but those babies were good.
They were good.
Like, I wouldn't mind working with those babies, and not because they're already good, but they understand the culture of cheer.
Yes,
yeah. And that's important. That is definitely important.
We not crying. We got spirit. It's clean. And I'm sure it takes a lot of effort, not only from the girls, but from their parents. Keeping that high demand of that culture, not only when they're in practice, but away from practice, and not keeping up the mess that some of these parents be having. Oh, she shouldn't have said that. That kind of.
So let's talk about the different divisions.
Oh, it was a lot on that. It was a lot. Lonnie, you got a lot of divisions.
So what were some of your favorite ones?
To be honest with you, Game Day is my new favorite. I ain't gonna tell you no story. Game Day is my new favorite.
Different.
It's different.
And their Game Day. The way they did Game Day.
Yeah.
Like the thing that we were talking about with Joey the mascot. They are CCA.
Yeah.
What is this?
Christian Academy. Calvary Collegiate Academy or College Academy.
Something like that. Yeah. But their first song, and first of all, they had a sign, and it never was said and the Bulldog Joey will hold up the thing, and it was like it's
clap church. Like we're going to church. Yeah, clap like church or something.
And in the song, they would be, it's like a part where you just clap. It was so cute.
What I really would love for us to do, some of the teams from the ACC, I would really like us to showcase their routine on our platform. Absolutely. So you guys can actually see exactly what we're talking about. Because let me tell you something, Shaquesta. When I tell you this middle school team, baby, Mount Washington, when I tell you they middle school girls, but they do a routine like high school, same skills as high school, same everything. And when I tell you they're executed so well.
SAA and place top 3.
They were placed in the top 2.
And depending on what their division is or what class they in, it's a possibility them little girls.
They'll win. They will win.
I was completely shocked at how well skilled these young ladies were at their age. And I tell you, I understand why University of Kentucky don't need to go out of
out of the state, the recruit. Yeah.
I'm telling you, because the simple fact of the matter is they build these babies from 6 years old on up, and when they
start them young.
What they're doing. By University of Kentucky.
They're doing skills. No, they may not be going to a full, but they're doing the skills.
No. You said they was in full, baby.
No, I'm saying let's say if they hit an arabesque or they hit a lip, they might not be at a full, but they'll be at a regular full. But they're hitting the skills and they're hitting them clean. So when it's time to go to the next level, all we gotta do is push it up because you already doing it. It's so I know most of the people that are watching or who are going to watch are from the state of Florida. I said this last year. We got to step our game up.
We do.
Are behind.
We are behind.
Don't get me
Extremely.
Some of our teams that went to ACCs, they held their own. Don't get me wrong. And some of these teams that went to ACCs didn't make it to finals at FHSAA, and they look a whole lot better at ACCs. However, we got to step up some games. And if y'all know any rec coaches, definitely in the state of Florida, really from anywhere, but rec coaches, I want to talk.
I want to talk too.
I want to talk. We need a Zoom meeting, because it's some things that y'all need to implement and take our talent to ACCs, not just for experience, but so cheer in Florida can elevate, because all it's going to do is elevate it on the high school level.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's talk park coaches. Let's talk.
There was one team from Florida that I really, really admire, and that was TPA.
Yes.
Yes.
Their skill level was amazing. And I thought it was cute that their team names had fruit. Were named
the watermelons, the kiwis,
the watermelons, and the kiwi.
It was watermelon, kiwi, and was it pineapples?
Coconut.
Oh, coconuts, yeah.
But they were amazing, and
that's a park.
No,
that was rec here.
It's rec, but it's not a park.
Not a park.
Okay.
It's a rec team, but it's not a park. But you could definitely see the skill level as the teams got older. So you could see the progression, because they started off with the little group, then they went to the medium group, and then they went to the older group. But you could see the progression amongst the teams and how they started versus where they got, or where they were.
Shout out to that. Was it their 14U that won grand champs?
Yes.
Hold on. Look. So listen, y'all. If we have a moment, y'all, I'm gonna play their video from my phone, so you guys can see.
Amazing.
Or send the video, and I can put it on here.
I sent it, but it's still downloading in the thing, Shaquasta.
I don't think they could see it.
Hold on. It's gonna be too small. I sent it, but it's still downloading.
I'll wait for the download.
We can post it on the page.
Listen.
That group was amazing.
They were amazing.
So when I say they were grand champs, that means they beat everybody.
Yeah.
At the end.
Oh, but here's how their grand champs go. So in game day and traditional, the top 3 teams with the highest score, they get to battle it out at the end of the competition. It's no score sheets. No score sheets, no none of that. Only thing you got to do is impress the judge. So whoever routine goes out and hits and impress the judge from facial, spirit, everything, that's who wins. No score sheet.
No, it doesn't matter.
No score sheet.
No,
it's a battle royale.
It's a battle royale, yeah.
You either come and win it or you not.
Yeah.
We don't care if you small, extra large, you tumble, you do game day, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You hit the mat, and whoever looked the best, that's who win. And them babies, and I call them babies, but they chill like grown women.
They do. We as a culture here in Florida, what we have to do is we have to stop being crabs in a bucket and only thinking about ourselves and thinking about the kids as a collective. Because if we really want to talk about something,
it's gonna make you better.
It definitely will make you better. But I just feel like if all 4 of us is from a different part, right? Mm-hmm. And all 4 of us have something to offer each other as a collective, we should all be able to, even though we're competition against each other, we should be able to come together. We should be able to strategize on how we can make these girls better. Things like the stunts and camps that they do, but babies already know how to do full. Huh?
And it makes you as a coach, better, and it makes the sport better, because you already know that those particular teams that you're going against, you know they're for to bring it.
You know they're finna bring it.
But I will
But at the end of the day, it ain't nothing you could do or with your team
Yes,
to hurt my team and vice versa.
exactly.
So whoever hit the mat the best
The mat and do it better. That's it.
Not only that, if you really care about cheer, a lot of people say that they love this sport, but they don't really love.
They don't really love it.
If you love this sport, you want to see the elevation of this sport, not right now while you coaching and you.
Yeah.
We talking about years beyond where you 60 years old and you traveling with your homegirls like we doing and sitting at the competition and like, dang, that was amazing.
But see,
love this sport. You gotta love this sport to see the elevation of it. And if you don't love it, then why are you a part of it?
where we're failing at is this: the camps these little league parks is giving these girls. It's not really a camp. It's just that I'm in it for the money. I'm just trying to get the money. We need to actually send these girls to a camp where it's real qualified, like individuals that can actually teach them something. Don't come and we're doing the same thing every year. The only thing I'm gonna learn this year is a full or a half. And no, like why are we still doing the same thing? What are we elevating with? We're not. If you're looking at these girls outside of the state of Florida, their middle school teams are doing inversions. They're doing inversions. They're doing 360 pull-ups. Like they're doing rewinds. Like they're literally doing things that would make our little league girls look like, baby, them girls are really quiet. I'm not competing against them. Because yeah, you got a reason too. Because at the end of the day, you don't really have the skill. You don't. And coming from little league, all the things that we thought that we were teaching these kids, baby, we did them no justice. We did them no justice. I'm being so honest, and I included myself. We did them no justice. We really did not.
I will say,
hold on real quick. So, Haley's, we are talking about the ACCs and our experience because we were invited to cover them. So that's pretty much what we're talking about. Not only our experience, but how what we're talking about right now, like literally in a second, is how the teams outside of Florida, especially the younger teams, compared to the teams in Florida, and how in Florida we behind.
We're
and let's
far
say
behind.
not just all of Florida. Let's say South Florida, because
South Florida. Yeah.
That's what we're familiar with.
We can say Florida in general, but there are pockets of people that are doing their thing and they doing it right.
Yeah.
But as a state as a whole, outside of those outliers, we behind.
So I will say one of the things that I have to piggyback off of what Shira said as far as the crab in the bucket mentality, because one thing that I also noticed with the rec teams were they were feeding into each other's age. So what I mean by that is the 6-year-old babies were feeding into the 7 and 8-year-old group, but they were going in with skill already to just kind of elevate to the next skill.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's another thing in which we're lacking.
We're lacking.
Because people want to follow their team and you ain't elevated, but
you're not elevating the child. Yes.
The only thing you could coach is Pee-wee. You only got Pee-wee skill set. So you trying to teach them stuff and you ain't elevated your coaching, which is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. However, that is one thing that we're doing especially in South Florida, where we're hurting our kids on the cheer because we want to go up with the team because they good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're afraid to teach new skills. Yeah. Well, I've never had the same group of girls, and that's been a pleasure for me throughout my little league experience, because I've always had a different set of girls every year that I've coached little league, and it wasn't more so about the experience, like them having the experience. It was more so of having no experience and me teaching you the experience, and then at the end of the year, me seeing you blossom. So that's a difference. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the teams outside of where we are they're going to combines. Like ACC offers a combine.
Yes, speaking of,
Listen, we gotta go to the combine. They have a combine.
Getting off of the comparison to Florida Cheer and everywhere else.
Yes.
Going back to ACC. Oh my God, ACC offers so much. Them people offer so much. These people, like how football has a combine to go to the NFL, and they have camps to go, to learn new skills. There is a cheer combine.
A cheer combine
that is done by Infinity, and it is in what, 4 different cities?
Four different cities.
It's in
Atlanta,
New Jersey.
It's one in Texas, right?
Yeah, that's Houston. I thought it was in Houston, Texas.
Dallas.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it is fine. Dallas. It's Dallas, Atlanta, somewhere in New Jersey, and it's one more.
It's Nashville, and
it's in the mall in New Jersey.
And break down, what is the combine? What is the combine? What is it?
Basically,
it's exactly like a football combine. So you're doing jump testing, you're doing running,
and this is for
doing
high
your
school
vertical
girls
leap.
This is for high school girls wanting to go to college and cheer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. They didn't go in detail about who it's for, but they do the vertical jump. They do the broad jump. They do I seen them do some shuttle runs. They do jumps. They're doing tumbling. It's if you think football and switch it to cheer, it's exactly like that.
And then you have college coaches that actually come.
So they did explain what it was. That part. So it is for high school freshmen to high school seniors that come, and they have different college coaches come and set up and talk about their cheer programs and then what they're offering. And so some of these girls end up getting scholarships and things of that nature. So therefore they do all the things that Ish talked about, but then they the coaches watch you based on your skill, and some girls are offered college scholarships, maybe full, partial, or things for you to cheer when you're going to the collegiate level. But they do say it starts as young as a college freshman and as old as a high school senior. That's who it's for, which I think is amazing anyway.
Oh, Ruben, can you give me the information on the HBCU combine? I would love. Well, we might not get invited to that, but I just want to attend. I gotta go because I'm like I always say, I'm into pretty much all sports. And I've experienced many football camps and combines because of my son. To see that for cheer that would do something different to my soul.
The commercial itself sold me.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, a combine.
Yeah. They actually give them attire to wear and all. Like
Steve actually.
Well, I don't like this look.
I don't like
exactly.
This.
Who did this?
What happened here?
Who did that?
Q said she had to go, but I ain't like what it did.
So Steve talked about it, and that's what he was elaborating on. And that's when we all got excited and talked about going. So hopefully we plan to attend the one in Atlanta to get some experience and see what it's like. So we can bring back more info on that. But that would be, what would be interesting? Somebody might steal this idea from me though.
Don't say it then.
Okay.
Hold it.
So
we can talk about that off air.
We definitely can.
Speaking of that, like the thing that the ACC offers, if you have a bad day the first day, you go the second day and it won't count against you because they take your scores and they average them together. So you can make a whole comeback from the day before.
Yeah.
Like, it's not okay. You do bad on the first day and then you don't get to go to finals. No, you compete both days. You compete in both days. We saw a team that had inched their way up to second because
after having a bad
day
day
was bad. But their second day was amazing. And they went
Absolutely.
from coming in, what was it, 7th?
7.
Yeah.
All the way coming in 2nd. Man, like
Yeah.
that is a good feeling to know you got the opportunity at a second chance. The hype songs, I don't think like we mentioned it, but
Listen,
the
somebody
hype
was in my
songs
like
is
them songs.
something different. And when I say something different, could you imagine right before you go to work, you listen to that song that turn you up, and then you walk in that building, you do your job, and 9 times out of 10, you might get a raise that day because you done listen to that hype song right before you did that big project.
And I mean, them songs that they chose hype them up.
That's what them people did. And when I
Yeah.
say you can, like, depending on the song that was chosen, it's almost like it directly aligned with what the team did on the mat.
I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana.
Yes.
I'm from
Oh, and King's Academy had a good one.
we had downloaded that song.
Yes, it was something by the K. Hold
Put
on,
a-
where my phone right here.
or something like that.
I don't know, but the hype songs, everything. Something that you don't see any other place either. A lot of times we forget about the coaches when we're highlighting teams. They put your name, your school name, where it's from, the coach's name, and when you're performing, they show your logo.
Mhm.
So I don't know, people, and it's no dig at any other nationals. It's
But
not.
it's different.
But the atmosphere feels welcoming. It feels like home. It feels like love. It feels like everybody wants you to win. It's
Mhm.
like we're here to compete, but we gonna love on you too. That's what it feels like. And then, like we say, it's almost a category for anybody.
Yeah.
You could compete. Oh, also, your team can compete in more than one category on the
More
same.
than one category.
Yes.
So you had teams that competed in game day and traditional later on in the day. And the kicker was the teams actually got to enjoy the park in between performing. So they got to leave, go get on some rides, and then come back for the traditional part of the day because there's like a 2-hour break in between game day and traditional. But those teams competed in more than one category. And it gave you the opportunity to see which category fits your team best as far as scoring is concerned. That was amazing as well.
Yeah, because there was a team where their game day didn't do as well, but they traditional.
Traditional? Ha.
Amazing.
Traditional is their thing.
Definitely. You could find your niche with that particular competition because you could try out game day and you could try out traditional to see what works best for your team and go from there. But
Then they have all building,
yeah,
they have co-ed, they have tumbling, they have where it's just
2 minutes and 30 seconds of music.
yes.
No cheer.
it's so many categories to choose from. It's endless as to what you can do with your team. Definitely.
Yes, absolutely. It was refreshing. And when Steve was on and we did our interview, and he was like, I don't really, he really didn't have an answer for what is a bad cheerleading or what doesn't look good, or it was a question similar to that. But after going to ACCs, I understand why. I absolutely understand why. Now there were teams there that we was like, maybe next time. But you can understand why he said what he said. We got a little background on the founder of Infinity because they had a video on him, and he was a football player turned cheerleader.
He started off with a shoe.
Yeah, he was like, I need to change the game of cheer.
Yeah.
So he needed a shoe. The shoe was ugly, but he was like, he hated cheering in them big boxy heavy shoes. And we all know if we cheered younger, where we was cheering in some of them
Satellites.
that was heavy, and
Satellites.
you felt like you was cheering in some 12s. But he came out with his own shoe that was light. He got with some people, I want to say in China, if I'm not mistaken, they designed a very light shoe, and that's where Infinity started. That glitter book bag, baby.
Infinity started it.
It's Infinity's. Everybody jumping on the bandwagon, but the glitter book bag is Infinity's.
It started.
But I will
Infinity.
say, I did like how they made every team that placed feel special. Each team got a flag, and even regardless of the place, every team got a flag. So that was something that they can hang up and memorialize in their schools or school or gym atmosphere. I love that aspect as well.
Everybody got a medal.
Everybody got medals.
And them medals was nice.
They were.
I should have asked that they have some extra.
They were nice.
And I love that they had medals for everybody as far as participation. Everybody got one for participation the first day, and then the second day you got your medals based on your places. So I did love that.
You know what I realized, y'all? They had one category for partner stunts. It was just a stunt group.
Yeah, they have a stunt division. So if you got a team, but you got that one stunt
group
that's on another level,
you put them out there.
Yeah,
I is that they had come and display as well. That was great to see.
It was
because they were colleges that normally don't compete, so to speak, but it gave them an avenue. It was NAIA. So yeah, love seeing that too. That was nice to see. So if you're interested
this year when we're giving out bids, hey, take it in consideration. I promise you will not regret it.
We have a meeting with them where we're gonna try to start early.
You will not regret it. You will love it.
We want y'all to be able to go and experience it for yourselves with your teens and be able to, because like we didn't do it till late and it wasn't us. It's just when the partnership happened. But we want y'all to like get y'all monies up so we can offer y'all these bids so y'all could come show up and show out and experience it and know what you need to do for the following years. So you know, if not the first year, the second year, you could go up there and be first place or go to the battle royale.
Yeah.
One thing we did not mention, the judges were amazing as well. And the judges are actual coaches for other collegiate or teams outside of, they're in the cheer world and have been in the cheer world for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
And they judge at other Infinity events. So therefore, they have collectively seen the teams in general, but they judge based on the rubric and what they're seeing and what they're looking for.
And you don't have a switch up of how you're going to get judged when you get there. Right. These people have judged you already at some point.
Yeah.
They were amazing and they were honest with the teams. They were they gave great feedback to help the teams the next day, because I did see a lot of the coaches said that a lot of the judges' feedback helped them with their team for the next day on what to do, and that's how the team came back and hit the ground running on the second day. So their feedback is very informative and helpful. I would say that, but they were amazing in general, definitely.
And one of the young ladies that was judging, what I loved about her, when she got to a part that she was putting her notes in or she was scoring, she would ask the other judges, hey, did this happen? Like, was there a bobble at this point in the routine? And they would either say yes or no. So when she judged, she wasn't judging of what she thought happened, but off what actually happened. Because, you know, like I say it all the time, I might miss something. She was putting in her notes later on, but she wanted to get everything in as much as possible that first day. So she was, communicating with them to make sure that what she was saying was not inaccurate.
Mhm. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for next year.
And Allison,
Definitely.
we didn't do Allison no justice.
Listen, Allison is the bomb.
She gave us a tour.
She's the bomb. I love her.
Us to everybody.
Everybody.
And when she introduced us, it was like we were coming up for an award because
Yeah.
she introduced us like extensively. And not only that, I don't know exactly what she was doing. She wasn't judging, but she was doing something on the computer while the teams were going on. So she really couldn't be away that long, but she made sure that we were taken care of.
Yeah.
Was the
She
one
even called, hey, listen, wherever you see them, wherever they go, they're okay. Like, yeah.
I'm making sure that they had all of their score sheets and tallies in the machine, because I noticed that when she got up, she was like, okay, take your notes in this and make sure you're making sure that you have notes for everybody. She was basically ensuring that every team had some type of feedback for their routine to move forward. And I thought that was amazing as well.
Yeah. Allison and that Steve, they are two
dynamic duos.
Yes. And I don't want to say that they're doing it alone, but however, you could tell that they are the front runners in the company as far as the competitions go. And when I say, baby, they have a well-oiled machine.
They are on time with everything.
Very punctual.
On time. And if you miss your slot, you be lucky if they let you go at the end, because they gonna keep going. They not holding for you. Just ask.
Listen, when we start giving our bids,
I encourage you to,
take them.
Sure you.
I encourage you. You will not regret it. Honestly
South
speaking,
Florida needs to be showcased and shown to see in this particular competition.
Because I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that for them to host a competition in South Florida and to have not even 5 South Florida teams is ridiculous.
You had Kings Academy,
Keysgate, TPA.
Well, they didn't come to that event.
Who? Oh, she's talking about
I'm talking about the people that came to the event at West Broward.
Yeah. None of them. The ones that got the bids from West Broward, nobody showed up. Nobody.
That was mind-boggling to me.
And the funny part about it is, even if you competed at UCA, you could have still drove around the corner however far Disney was from Universal, and still competed with ACC. Like, hello.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Why would you allow your team to leave outside of Orlando without some type of placement to help them? Like, what? What are we doing?
Nothing.
And it showed.
Yeah, it did. But
we allow varsity to put us in a category. We allow varsity to put us in a category and us to play by their rules instead of them playing by our rules, making our own rules. Yeah, I'm going to compete in UCA, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go around the corner, me and my team, because guess what? UCA is only one day, right? So I'm only going to compete that one day, but then I'm going to go around the corner and I'm going to compete with ACC for 2 days. I am.
Well, with UCA, there is a possibility you do multiple days if you qualify.
You heard what you said? If I don't have to worry about the if at the ACC because I know
you guarantee
both days. Both days. I'm gonna put on the show both days. And I may not have a good day the first day, but the second day, I'm gonna have an
I
amazing
gotta
day.
call somebody out. Kalani down here clapping her hands. So Lonnie, when we offer your team this bid next year, you doing the fundraisers to make sure they go?
Hello? Because the team getting a 5-day pass to Universal. I'm just trying to understand.
So we leaving Wednesday night next year?
Yeah.
I will meet y'all in the net, as one of my old runners used to say, in No Nando.
Yeah.
Wednesday night. We are doing the things from Thursday
Yes,
to Monday.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
need to enjoy the whole 5 days.
But
we have talked about our experience from the ACC, which was amazing, and we meet with Infinity sooner than later, to kind of touch base for the upcoming season. So be on the lookout for that. Our next episode, we will kind of figure out what we want to, discuss.
So give us some ideas. Give me some ideas. Give us some ideas of what y'all want to talk about.
To move forward. My school, no parents, no support, just me.
Lonnie.
It don't take much.
All you need is you a good old sponsor letter and get some of them businesses around the area, love, and start early.
Start now.
Start now.
Each you got.
I did not. Is it on Instagram? Hold on. I see that I got some messages. I got to close out of the live where I'm seeing it to go back and look. Hold on. So where would it be? Is it on the Cheer Chatter page? Let's see. Do we have a message on the Cheer Chatter? We do not have a message on the Cheer Chatter. I do not have a message
page
on my regular page.
Is it? He say Instagram.
I don't see the message on the gram.
Check your requests.
My requests don't have nobody in me.
He say scroll up.
Scroll up where?
Well, how long ago did you send it?
Is it a personal message or did you write a message in the chat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't see nothing.
Do we have any parting words for tonight, ladies?
Send us your topics because we do need to keep this thing rolling. We have some new followers in different places, so we don't want to make it all things Florida cheer. We want to make it all things national cheer. We want to talk about everything cheer related. I know that most of our followers are from Florida and we love y'all to death, but we got to broaden our horizons, my friends. We gonna interact with the people outside of the state. And we're gonna do all of the things. We didn't shout out our little people from the Colts.
The Colts.
Mount Washington is what their name is.
Yes, Mount Washington. There we go. I couldn't remember it. We had a special moment with them.
A very special moment.
And that's one of the things that I have to create. We had a very special moment with them, and it's one that I personally will cherish forever, because that moment we had with them made a difference in how they competed the next day.
Yes, God.
Oh, okay. I did see that. Hold on. Let me go on to that. I did see that. I'm sorry. Wait. Now I can't see it because that comment not showing for me because I just logged back in.
You can see it in our comments on the right.
I can see it. I'm finna follow them now. Let's see. Ooh, go CAO cheer. I mean elite.
That's elite.
Girl, listen, I know what it said. I said something different.
Anytime, Western, you got fans with us. We love to support. Absolutely. Can't wait to see what y'all do next year. Are you going to be able to top this year?
Who?
Western.
I want to see their routine from Nationals. Can you guys send us your routine?
It's in the group chat.
We got
It
a
is?
team from
From
nationals in our
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't remember.
You sent that
I don't remember.
Yo, Q
I don't
sent that like
remember.
right afterwards.
right after. I can't
I
wait.
don't remember. Y'all just heard me say?
I can't wait to see how Western top this year, next year.
Yeah.
I want to see that. That's gonna be something to see. Any parting words? I'll always go wild for the Wildcats. Any parting words, ladies? For
I
tonight?
just want to say, and this is not it for us because again, we have a national audience, so we got to keep it rolling. However, normally this is around the time we end off, so I'm gonna do a end of cheer season comment, but definitely come back and keep watching because we ain't going nowhere.
The end of this cheer season. We'll say that.
Right. It was an experience, a great experience, even outside of going to ACCs. If I just exclude ACCs and think about the start of this season to the end of this season, it was an experience. What we've been calling for has happened, which is elevated cheer. We've seen teams who weren't doing so well take our advice and do some of the things we said, or they may have gotten it from somewhere else, but some of the things we called out happened. You know, every year we're gonna have some drama. I'm just starting to make sure that I put that in my books, put it in my back pocket. We gonna have a drama. We gonna have a drama session. But I feel like as we elevate, cheer is elevating with us, and I thank every person that has come on once, twice, or every time we log in for your support, for your comments, for your engagement, for your love when we see you, and just being great at cheer and loving cheer the way that we do. I'm excited for next year, for next cheer season, because again, we ain't done. But I'm excited for next cheer season because the ideas, the elevation that we've seen in just our short 3 years in us, just continuing to see us elevate is
Amazing.
mind-boggling. And not mind-boggling in a bad way, mind-boggling in a good way. So, man, it's
Let's
a good
continue to
feeling.
grow.
It's a good feeling.
It's only up from here, ladies.
Yeah.
Yes. And while y'all playing, some of us we updating our LinkedIn's with this Chill Chatter podcast. Because it is a thing. It is a thing. I've already been asked by somebody who writes books who's looking to do some shorts movies for their books for me to do their media. When I was telling them what I do for Cheer Chatter, and I was like, you sure you want me? Sure. You better give me a timeline and some good money because baby. But this Cheer Chatter experience it can be tough at times when you deal with the emotions, and of course when you work with women. It can be tough, but I can say that when you talk about highs and lows, the highs are here and the lows are here. You can't even see my other hand. I would not want to do this with anyone else.
Oh.
It didn't come up.
It didn't. My reactions is tripping. There they go. Shy, any parting words?
This particular season opened a whole new spark inside of me. And
I
I'm just anxious to see exactly where it's going. It's a lot that's to come, and I cannot wait for it to be birthed. But when I tell you the learning experience has been amazing, um, I really can't put everything and all of the emotions that I have for this particular season in so many words. Because I'm still trying to wrap the way I really feel around it. But what I can say is my eyes are wide open. I'm more eager to learn outside of my environment. I'm ready to step into different elements, different areas for me to grow because I do have a lot of growth to do. Um, Cheer Chatter itself is a dear baby to me. I appreciate the love and support that you guys give to us. Um, Only thing I can say is from here on out, expect great things from us. Expect bigger, expect better. We have a lot of things in store for you guys that we cannot wait to share with you guys. And we know the ones that's been here with us from day one, and has been supporting us. And believe me when I tell you, those that of you that has been supporting us, when the time is right, we're gonna make sure, we're gonna make sure that we show our love and our appreciation to you guys in the utmost way. Other than that, continue to elevate, continue to grow, bigger, better, stronger. Hard work, dedication. Winners train, losers complain. Right now, I see
period.
everybody trying to breed champions. So let's keep that going. And hey, see you guys next season.
We're not done, ma'am.
Oh, I thought you said parting words. That was my parting word.
For the end of this cheer season.
That was for the end of this cheer season.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. So I'm gonna say Q's parting words for her. She says, I love cheer and I'm thankful for everything we've experienced the last 3 seasons. Can't wait to continue to elevate and get bigger. She thanks everyone for their support and it's cheer chatter for her forever, always. That's from Q. My parting words is, since we started this podcast, I can definitely see the difference. And although everybody is not receptive to what we say, a lot of people are. And so those are the people that we do it for. And the support has been nothing but amazing. I love it. I love that we are recognized when we go somewhere. It's a very warm and fulfilling type of feeling. Um, Cheer chatter is only going up from here. We're not going anywhere. And I have to piggyback off each said. Well, each said I wouldn't pick another group of amazing.
We are young ladies. We're young ladies. You can say that. We're young ladies.
Really, girl?
Yes. You gonna call me a young lady.
I'm joking.
Not only are they're my co-hosts, but they are my friends in real life. Real life. We've known each other for an extended long period of time, and I cannot wait to see what Cheer does. But guess what? Cheer Chatter is going to continue to grow, be better, and it's up and it's stuck, like Cardi B say, all day, every day. And that is it for us for tonight. Catch us hopefully next week.
We might have to reconvene on how many times we
I said Mike
in off season. Yeah.
On when we will go live. And go from there. Keep watching, keep looking, keep commenting, keep liking, share, subscribe, whatever.
Ask your questions, give your answers. Our inbox is open 365.
Topics If you want to see us talk about a topic, slide in our DMs and let us know what that topic is. But as of tonight, we're wrapping up, ladies. And as we always close out with Cheer Chatter signing out and cheerfully yours.
Cheerfully yours.
Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention?
3, 2,
let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're reaching for the top, and we'll never go alone.